friends, welcome back to my channel, Muddy Boots Maker. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I'm a knitter, sewer, maker of all things, grower of all food at the moment, mainly many zucchinis. Oh my goodness, the zucchinis and the cucumbers, just so many. And we farm here on Jaja Warring country in Victoria, Australia. And it is a very hot summer's day. It's going to get up to 34 degrees, that's Celsius. And I'm a bit tired today. It's not because of the weather, it's because I stayed up late one night and I've set myself a challenge to make 3 dresses and see how fast I can make them. I finished one in this beautiful fabric and it's hanging right here next to me, and I've almost finished another one and the other one is on the way. I cut them out all together and I've been sewing them separately, one after the other, because I overlocked them all together, but then I've had to sew them separately because they've all got different coloured threads, so it's not like I can sew sew 3 bodices and sew 3 skirts and yeah. Anyway, so I have just got the neck facing and the finishing of the hem of the sleeves for another of the dresses. And then the other one is going to take a bit longer because I'm going to do some special stitching on it. And I had all of the intention of trying to finish them off this morning before we go off and swimming with friends, but I'm not going to. Anyhow, I've been filming doing these dresses and it'll be up for my patrons over on Patreon next week when I've finished the dresses. And I show you how I calculated and self-drafted the skirt part of the dresses that I make. I've made so many of these dresses over and over again. And I do plan to pop a video out here in YouTube sometime when I've perfected how I show people what I do with this pattern. But anyhow, we're here to talk about all the knitting that I've been doing, and it's pretty exciting what I've achieved over January. I haven't done a podcast episode, a proper podcast episode, since maybe November. I did a bit of an update during my Vlogmas and I sort of titled that episode 13. So today is episode 14 and welcome. Welcome, grab your cup of tea. I have a mixture of teas here. This is a dandelion and chicory root and rooibos and a little bit of black tea. Oh, I love tea, and hopefully I will wake up a bit more by drinking the tea, and not that it's got a huge amount of caffeine in it, and chatting to you guys. Hopefully I will wake up a bit more and then we'll go for a beautiful swim. I'm looking forward to going swimming at a friend's dam, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll take the dogs along and they'll have lots of fun too. Okay, so I'm in a semi-messy corner of my studio. At the moment I have stuff all over the place because I'm in that creative throw of deciding what new products I'm bringing into the shop. For those who are new, I run a small business. We wholesale around Australia certain products like our handkerchiefs, our organic cotton handkerchiefs, but I make all of these other products as well. And I'm just in the throes of deciding what I'm narrowing down to this year because we've got a photo shoot coming up, hence why I'm busily making all the dresses, because I really want to have some new crisp dresses to wear during the photo shoot. And I've also been toying with the idea of bringing out ready-made and made to fit dresses. And I put a poll up on Instagram and was very exciting, the feedback I got, and the amount of people who said yes to buying a dress that I make. I just want to do small batches. I'm not looking to go into that, but I've got some beautiful fabric that I want to see worn, I guess, and I've bought it for other products that I was going to make, but then I didn't end up doing those. So yeah, such as this here, I've got huge amounts of this beautiful sunflower face or flower face fabric, and I think it needs to be worn. I think it needs to go out there in the world. So watch this space for all of that. All right, I'm rambling. I'm going to get on with the projects, and let's start with, I know I mentioned these in, oh, when did I mention these? I mentioned them at some point. Anyhow, I finished these socks. So I made a mistake with the toe. I can sort of feel it when I'm wearing it too. The toes are too short, but I've been wearing them and they are comfortable enough to not bother me. They're just really sweet. I showed them at some point. They were blocked. Oh, now I'm really confused. Anyway, I finished these at the end of last, that's right. I put it in my video of everything I knit in 2022. That's where I've spoken about them, but they haven't been, you know, properly in an episode as such. And I knitted these with the intention of knitting another one each so that I'd have 2 pairs. But because I made that mistake with the toe, wasn't interested in 2 pairs of a mistake. So I've left them as an odd pair and I'm happy with that. I've been wearing them quite a bit on the coldish days between the hot days. Not that there's been that many hot days. Yes, I've been wearing them and they've been nice to wear and they're wearing well. And I guess I don't have much. Oh, I'm just showing you my next project because I went to scrap put them on. So, so the next project that I cast on and finished very quickly are these log cabin mitts. And I've just used yarn from my stash. So I put up a video about my plans for this year and all the patterns that I was inspired to knit this year. Not that I'll knit all of them, but ones that I was really interested in. And I can't even remember if these mitts were on there. I think they were, but I cast them on pretty quickly after that video. So I think I inspired myself to like go, oh yeah, I could finish those really quickly. And these are intended to be for my kids. I was hoping that they'd fit Hazel, but you know, wearing them myself, Hazel's hands are pretty small. So yeah, I'm not sure who they're gonna be for, but they are finished and they are hiding in my gift box. And what else can I say about them? They're mainly Bendigo Wool and Mills yarns. And at one point, so here I've used, is it that one? Yeah, some of the yarns are 5-ply. So this pattern calls for worsted or 10-ply. And in some areas I've used sport weight or 5-ply held double. So yeah, it used up quite a bit of my stash, which is good. And that's all I say about that. I used 4mm needles, and I'm kind of keen to maybe make one each for my kids. They really need fingerless mitts this year for winter. So I'm planning to give these to them for winter solstice. And I've started another mitt, but we'll get into that later because I'm showing you my finished projects because I'm very organized here and I'm titling each section of this video. My next finished project makes me so So very happy. Oh my gosh. You might, if you follow me over on Instagram, you might have already seen this glorious bottle holder or bottle cover holder. So this is the Sagostad Bottle Cozy by Sofia Capelle, and as I forget to say at the start of all of my videos, I will list everything on the screen and down below and give you all the links. I was gifted this pattern. Thank you so much, Ludovine. Thank you so very much. I made one and then I realized I'd made a mistake. And it's actually in the pattern, it states from here just to go straight into the color work, but it doesn't have this part in the color work chart. So I started knitting it and then I realized I made a mistake, and it was also too tight. So I think I decreased it thinking that I needed to decrease it for my bottles. I did a measurement, and anyway, Hazel's got that one and she's over the moon excited by it. I still haven't woven in the ends on that one because I quickly cast on this one, and it's for my tea bottle. This bottle is my favorite. Is my favorite bottle. It's Earth Bottles. And it's got a few scratches and stuff. So now it's got a cover. And I'm very, very happy, and I just love the little houses. And now I want to knit one in, you know, all the color combinations. Just a really, really satisfying color work project, you know, in between project. And then it's got a crocheted bottom, which I had lots of fun crocheting up quickly and hand sewing onto the base of the cover. For this pattern I used Bendigo Wool & Mill's Classic 5-ply from my stash. So and the colours I used for Hazel's ones were quite different, so I recommend like swatching and just working out which colours you want where, because of course I didn't swatch. But yeah, it would be really cute as a little swatch, like doing the houses. I'm really, really happy with this. As you can tell, I'm just over the moon excited, and I can't wait to take this everywhere with me in winter, although I still drink cups of tea in summer, but I don't generally take, I could take hot water in it because I don't drink icy stuff. So they are all the finished projects that I have to show you, other than this beautiful dress. I might take some video and insert it now. It's so pretty. I really, really, really love this dress, and I can see myself wearing it a lot, but I'm gonna keep it pristine for the photo shoot and try to avoid wearing it. Okay, so I cast on another mitt thinking, oh yeah, here we go, I'm gonna get all the mitts done. I'm putting it on and it's a bit tight. I did the smallest size hoping that this would fit Samuel, and I'm not so keen on the colours. They kind of remind me of a football team, so I just can't get that out of my head. I think I'll finish them, and I might just... Hazel's seen them and she's like, she wants them. But she says they're a little bit tight on her too, so I don't know what to do. I might just gift them. Anyway, here they are. Or here it is, because I haven't managed to bring myself to cast on another one because, yeah, I'm just not keen on the colour. Just because of the football thing. Stupid. Anyway, this is half a project. They are the Oulu mitts by Caitlin Hunter. And I held Bendigo Woolen Mills yarn, the classic 5-ply double for this one, like I did with the other mitts. I think I need bigger needles, perhaps. Yeah, they fit me, but they are tight. Like, they would be so super warm. The thumb's a bit tight. There's a hole here that I have to sew up, and I think it'll be even tighter after having to sew the thumb up. I'm wondering if I wash it and block it, whether it will move and stretch a bit. I've done, you know, stretchy, bind off and cast on. Yeah, anyway, that's it's a mitt. Yeah, so I'll have to cast on the other one and do another one. It was really nice to knit. It knitted up quite quickly. I have plans to make more of these, but yes, as I said, I'll alter the size needle that I use. I'm not sure I have larger double pointed needles, so I will have to get some bigger ones. What size did I use? I used 4.5mm needles, which is US 7. Yeah, so, and I knit the smallest size. So even if I went up the next size and used the same needles, that might work too. I had to do, what did I do? I mucked up the thumb a little bit. The pattern, I sort of mucked it up a little bit here, because it wasn't really reading, the chart wasn't really reading that way, and then I realized I just have to follow the, you know, alternate the colors and just follow that, and ignore looking at the chart and just do the increases, and yeah, it was all good after that. But I didn't want to go back and fix it. Anyway, I will do the other one, hopefully, and you'll see it next time. Hopefully. All right, my patrons would have seen that I finished the body on both the sweaters I'm working on. And I've not cast on, but, you know, joined the sleeve for one of the sleeves for one of the sweaters. I am in love with the fit of this sweater. Oh my. This is the Zyma sweater. I am so happy with how the colors worked out. I was a bit worried, but I'm really, really happy. And I will put in a little bit of video of when I fit tested it, and I explain where I explained where I was up to, which was I popped the ribbing at the bottom of the body on yarn, because I'm not sure whether I'll have enough of the navy to extend the rib. So I've just done 1 inch of rib, and it's a split hem, and I'm seeing how I'm going on the sleeve first, because there's a bit of colour work on the sleeve, and then if I have some yarn left over, I will extend the ribbing. It's quite interesting because I did the calculations for this sweater, and I did the body longer thinking I'll get an extra skein, because they held an extra skein for me in the same dye lot, and so I thought I'll get an extra skein, but yeah, I thought I was going to have heaps of yarn, and it's turned out that I don't. Not as much as I thought. So in hindsight, I probably would have made this a little bit shorter, but I kind of wanted a full sweater. I'm going to do 3/4 sleeves though, because I'm always rolling my sleeves up, and I figure I have not much yarn. So we shall see how we go. But I'm super happy. Oh my goodness. The fit of this is just perfect. Oh, I highly recommend. It is just beautiful. I have used the Hudson and West Co. Forge. Let me see if I can find some ball bands. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to make sure my lights don't reflect on my glasses, so I'm sort of putting my head down a bit. Here is the label. I hope you can see that. I hope it's not too... Oh, yep, there we go. Hudson and West Co. Forge. This yarn is on the expensive side, but how the fibres are grown, sourced, spun, dyed, and the quality of this yarn, it is made to last generation to generation to generation. This sweater will be passed down to my children and my children's children. I have high hopes that it will last a long, long time because this yarn is quality. So the fact that it fits so beautifully as well, it's just gorgeous to knit with. I'm just in love with it so much. I used the colours mustard, aspen. Aspen's the white, the creamy, excuse me, and barn red, and the dark one is midnight. So it's like a dark navy. Yeah, so I'm seeing how I go with the first sleeve, and I'm taking lots of notes on what I'm doing so I can replicate it on the other sleeve because I'm making a few adjustments, making it a bit shorter. So the pattern does have quite long sleeves. If needed, I can always... See, I have done the body quite a bit longer than hers, it looks like. Anyhow, I'm pretty happy with the length of it. So if I change my mind, I can always take this up and then do the colour work, and then I'll have more yarn. But I think that's where I went wrong. I did this part a little bit longer, and yeah, I did it longer after I realised I was going to get another skein anyway, but it doesn't matter. I'm really, really happy with it, and I will do the extra work to make it work if I need to. But 3/4 sleeves sounds good to me because the length of hers, I would just be pulling those up all the time. And I don't really want to be pulling up the sleeves, like rolling up the sleeves of colour work, and you're just seeing the underneath of colour work is beautiful, but I don't want to be rolling it up. So 3/4 all the way. I've just got to decrease a little bit faster to get to the right amount of stitches to do the colour work. So we shall see how we go. And I also finished the body of Samuel's sweater. So this is, oh, blowing out lots. This is the Alec, Alec Extra Large by Sarah Ronchetti. And we've decided, I don't know if I've talked about this one, but we've decided not to do the collar part. We're going to do the buttons up here, and he tried it on. This is the second size, an adult size, and I measured him. I didn't swatch. Naughty me. But it just, like, it fits him snug. And he tried it on. He was like, oh, I really like this as a vest. So I said, okay, well, I can finish this one as a sweater and make you another as a vest. And he said, I wouldn't mind this one as the vest. And then I kind of started talking him into making this one into the vest because I want to knit something else with this yarn, and the yarn's no longer available. And I just love this colour. So I'm going to do some rib on the arm and finish it off for him, put some buttons on, and then we're going to choose some more yarn and I'm going to cast on a sweater for him. So he's really excited about that. I need to get cracking on it because I want to see whether I've got enough yarn out of this to knit myself another sweater that I had in mind, which is in my video of things I want to knit in 2023. And some of you mentioned that that particular pattern comes out quite small. I'm definitely going to swatch for it. And maybe I just make like a short sleeved type one or like a 3/4 sleeve type one. So I can at least do a bigger size. Yeah, we shall see. Yeah, I will swatch. I will swatch for it and just see whether I'm going to have enough to make a larger size, because as though both of those people told me, it comes out smaller and I want to wear it. I don't want to have to pass it on to my kids. I might also go up a needle size. So I will play around with that. I really, really love this brown. It's sort of starting to blow out on the screen, but it is just beautiful, and I want to knit the excuse me, Into the Wild sweater. I think it's Into the Wild, and this brown just looks so lovely with the other colors I have selected from my stash. So I will finish this, hopefully finish my Zyma as well. Probably won't finish this by the next episode, and that's it. I'm going to show you one of the other dresses I've been making. It's out of this pretty fabric that I actually use for handkerchiefs, but I got extra fabric of this. I got 2 bolts, so I've got a huge amount. So I decided to make myself a dress, and I love the little mushrooms and flowers on this. It's very pretty, very pretty. Yeah, so I've got this one and this one, and this is the color of the other dress I'm making. It's a beautiful green, and I'm going to do some fancy stitching on it. So I will be doing that at some point. As I said, we're going to go swimming today. Did I say that? Because I've just did another video for my patrons, and maybe I didn't mention we're going to go swimming. Anyway, we're going swimming this afternoon, and I wanted to get this podcast recorded so I can work on editing it for releasing tomorrow on Saturday. Before we go swimming, my family and all of our friends, we're trying to make the most of the summer because it's been a bit hit and miss. So we're just trying to go into the water as much as possible. Even if it's only 24 degrees, we go to the water and make the most of it, because it's been a mild and cold summer with hot days spurted, sprinkled in between. But there's one day coming up, it's going to be 37. And I'm wondering whether it's going to be hotter after that, and we're going to have quite a few consecutive hot days. I accidentally left the irrigation on my garden last night, and my garden one of the veggie patches sort of flooded. Which I've done that twice now, but this one really flooded. So there's plenty of water going into the garden. The garden's happy. I'm waiting for my sunflowers to burst. So I've got all these dates penciled in for this photography shoot, and we're just waiting for these sunflowers to burst so we can take the photos with the sunflower. I've done this sunflower wall, and I want this sunflower wall to burst. Hello. Anyway, I have plans to do some more sewing for the photo shoot. I want to have an apron in this done, not only for the photo shoot, but because I've been talking about making myself aprons for a long time, and I've just decided that enough is enough. Like, I've had this fabric washed, the 3 fabrics washed, plus more washed, just sitting there waiting for me to make it. And I'm like, how long does it actually take to make a dress? Not as long as it takes to knit a sweater or knit a dress, which is up here in this bag here, my dress that I've put on hold while it's attempting to be a hot summer. So I just need to go. I just need to do it. I just need to get on with this. Like, I just pine over wanting a particular wardrobe, and I should just stop pining over it and just do it. So I had that motivation to just get these dresses done, like just get it done. It's the same with my knitting. Like, that dress was, I don't know how long it was in my queue for, but this dress that I'm knitting is my dream dress to wear in winter. So, and plus it's going to look amazing. It's in a green, but it's going to look amazing on top of this dress. I'm very excited about that. Anyway, I'll get to working on that dress again in autumn probably, unless it's going to be a hugely hot autumn. But I will get on to working on that, and you will see it again. I really want to wear it, so it'll happen. It'll happen. But yeah, this year is just like, do the things you want to do, make the things you want to make for you, because life is short. You need to like embrace and go forth and conquer. You really need to just focus on what you want. And I'm happy to lose a little bit of a sleep occasionally to get what I want. So I've seen this Jane Austen style apron, which I want to make out of this. But there is this apron that I want to make. It's sort of like a Little Women style one, and there's no pattern for it. It's a little bit complicated because it's got a curved strap that goes around the top. So I'm a little bit hesitant to get straight into that because I know that it's going to take some time to figure out. Have I got any more tea left? Yes. Yes, so do what you want to do it now. And if you can't, you will be able to soon. There was a long time. I had about 4 months of not being able to do anything, not even really being able to sit there and help my kids with their homeschool work. So I know what it's like to have that overwhelming inability to do anything. And I think, you know, I felt like maybe it was coming back a few weeks ago. So I'm talking about my vertigo. I had really bad vertigo for 4 months straight. Every day, dizziness. And I had 2 different types of this dizziness. One was vertigo, and the other one was this triple PD. If anyone knows it, they'll know it. Yeah, so I couldn't do anything, and I would dream about doing all these things. And I feel like I've just been a little bit asleep. I can push myself sometimes, but rest is important. But I needed to push myself, and over the moon excited that I've finally got this dress. Like, what year did I get that fabric? I'm just really, really happy that I'm grateful. I feel very grateful that I have the opportunity now to do these things, that I am healthy and can go ahead and do all of these things. And man, it was so debilitating to not be able to. And so I feel you and I hear you if you can't do what I'm doing right now. I certainly do not run at this speed. I'm putting it down to the full moon and the fact that I'm ovulating at the moment. I have high energy when I'm ovulating at the same time as the full moon. That is definitely what I'm putting it down to. But also I'm feeling a bit tired today because of all that sort of pushing and, or, you know, I had that motivation and I really just wanted to do it. My body wanted to do it. But today I'm a little bit like, nah, I'm just going to go and sip drinks next to the dam and swim and hang out with my friends and my kids. Anyhow, I'm going to show you one more thing. I was just making these bandanas. Did I mention it at the start? No, I think that was in my Patreon video. Anyway, I've been making these I made one triangular bandana in this beautiful fabric I just got. So you can tie it around, pretty, keep the sun off your décolletage area. I always want to keep the sun off my chest because I have, like, the sun has not touched here all of summer and hardly ever in winter, but it's, you know, permanently a little bit red because of all those years of sun damage. So I always have a bandana on if I have a dress or top that goes low down and my hat doesn't quite, you know, the hat never really covers all that part. So I'm really, because it's really sensitive if I get sunburnt there. And I always got sunburnt. The first hot day of summer I'd get sunburnt here. So the last couple of summers I've been really intentional to wear stuff and I haven't gotten sunburnt. Yay. But yeah, you can wear this in your hair. I like to wrap it up, you know, wear it in your hair, wear it this way. It's cute. And then I made a bigger one, you know, like a bandana square, and you can put it into a triangle, but it's thicker. I just put up a poll on my Instagram account to ask people whether they'd wear this as a bandana. It's just one of those things I'm just deciding what to do, but I am going to keep this one for myself and use it as fabric gift wrap because it is fun. It's a really fun fabric. It's just beautiful. Yeah, just beautiful. So I'm not sure what else. I mean, I will be making handkerchiefs with this fabric because gosh, a handkerchief in that coming out of your pocket or a pocket square, so cute. Yeah, so that's what I whipped up this morning while I was procrastinating filming a podcast and finishing my dresses. So I'm going to go ahead and finish one of my dresses at least and iron up everything while the sun's out. Then we'll have some lunch and we will head to the water. So as always, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoy hearing from you all. So please comment below, let me know what you're up to at the moment. Are you doing lots of sewing? Are you doing lots of knitting? Are you doing lots of resting? Are you enjoying the sunshine or the rain or the winter, the cold, the hot? Let me know below. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know below how you are. And yeah, thanks for being here. I'm very excited about this year, as you can tell, and I have lots on the go, but there are big times where I rest too. So rest is important, but also when you feel like you can, go for it. Shoot for the stars. Take care, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye.